advise that you stop raising your daughters to be the good girl, okay? I advise that you stop making that be their whole personality, because as a girl who grew up like that and who ended up with the bad boy that you guys like to talk about a lot here on this app, i.e. Sky Jackson, Halle Bailey. Yeah, I get a little triggered when I see those videos because I'm just like, I know, like, y'all are saying truthful things within those videos, but from the perspective of a good girl who just got out of a toxic relationship with that type of boy. I advise the parents to stop making that their whole daughter's personalities, because from experience, if you want to hear from the mouth of a good girl, of a girl who had to grow up the good girl, I mean, it's very simple. Y'all pretty much say it. You, as the good girl, want to finally get to experience what it is that is so bad. Because at the end of the day, let's not be real, let's not be fake. Wait, let's be real, not be fake. As a young kid, the bad boy aesthetic or the bad boy is the more popular thing. Usually the good girl is made to be like, oh, you're gonna date this nice, sweet guy. Da, da, da. That's not the wave when you were a kid. That's not the fun. Even grown adults, that is not what y'all promoting as good. But I'm saying from a young age, because usually it happens at a young age where you're like, you start experimenting with basically 18 when you're free. You start experimenting. If you've been a good girl your whole life, you start going to the bad side because you want to get to experience what it's like to finally experience what everybody's hype is about when it comes to those bad boys, right? And then the overwhelming pressure that you put on your daughters or girls in general to be the good girl, you get tired of that. You get tired of being the good girl because it feels like it gets you nowhere, and you finally want to escape that world. So to escape that world, you end up, unfortunately, putting yourself in the hands of someone who is probably the worst thing that could happen to you, but it's because of the overwhelming pressure. Something that did trigger me, but I'm saying it from a place of I'm healing from this, but it was definitely when people were saying, you know that he's bad for you, that's why you want to go there. Yes, that's true, but it's the idea that when people say you know better than that, that is a phrase that, as someone who's been a good girl, that is the phrase that really irritates your soul, because all your life from a young age you're basically put on this pedestal to be like, you can't do no wrong, you know better, you shouldn't be like those other girls, you shouldn't do things you know you're not supposed to do, and you just get tired of that, and you kind of put yourself in self-destructive places, and you kind of self-sabotage yourself because you're like, I finally want to make mistakes, I want to do the wrong thing because I've been doing the right thing for so long. So if you needed to understand a little bit why you should not raise your daughters to be good girls, it's actually, let me to not raise your daughters to be good girls. Raise your daughters to have good morals, and obviously worry about their grades first and stuff like that. But don't make their personality that, and then don't pressure them into perfectionism and that type of mentality, because it literally, you want to run from it. The more you push that onto them, when they get older, they're going to want to run from it. And that's why you see majority of the times the good girls end up with the bad boys, and most of the time way too bad before they leave, because then you get entangled. Okay, I just got out of a 6-year toxic relationship. It was not fun, it was not pretty, and it was not easy to leave. But once you get into that cycle, after, basically it's kind of like that opposites attract type of situation, and it gets dangerous quick. Also, for any good girls who are dealing with that, you have to start your healing process, because there's a lot of things that you're looking for in that boy that it ain't gonna help.